Hello, Namaskara, Nada to all my friends from your friend astrologer and guide Irfan. Once more with you from your very own channel, Astro Assurance. Friends, if you have not subscribed yet, please subscribe to my channel, because if you subscribe to the channel, if you like the video and if you share the videos, then YouTube also propagates the channel more, propagates the videos more, and if you find some utility in my channel, then others will also be able to use the channel, use their videos and be able to solve some problems, maybe get some new learning out of it, maybe which will make their life richer. So attain some good karma, use this opportunity. Please like my videos, please share my videos, and please subscribe to my channel. Now, one of the things that I have tried to do over the last roughly 3 years of putting a lot of videos on this platform on YouTube through Astro Assurance is try to bring you different facets of life, both materialistic aspects as well as spiritual aspects. And in that endeavor, I have tried to bring to you different kinds of videos from what kind of money you may earn, what kind of career you may be able to do, but I have also tried to every now and then bring to you certain attributes for what we are here in this life for. Say for example, how to check your purpose of life. For example, through your Bhrigu, what are the things that you can do? And I think I have made at least 4 or 5 videos on just Bhrigu alone. On the Atmakaraka or the Amatyakaraka, I have made at least 5-6 videos on each one of them. I don't know of any channel in any language on YouTube who has so many videos on Bhrigu or the Atmakaraka and the spiritual dimensions. For example, just on the nakshatra, which are the foundational energies, there are just so many videos. Planets in nakshatras, 7th lord in different nakshatras, Lagna lord in different nakshatras, 7th lord of D9 in different nakshatras, and so on. The reason I have done is because many times I find in the consultation that I do, people generally ask me about the more material aspects and the spiritual aspects are left behind. And so many times the questions are not so much about the Atmakaraka. Atmakaraka is concerning directly your spiritual elevation, your spiritual existence, your spiritual goals. What is the spiritual manifestation? What is the soul's karak, or what is the soul wanting to do? What is the soul's manifestation? What is the soul's desire to do? And what are the soul's goals that the soul wants to do? And so I have tried to bring these videos every now and then. However, many times in my consultation, the same questions about money, about career, about spouse and all keep cropping up. So my request to you is that these material aspects are important. I am not saying just leave the material aspects alone or become a hermit or get into penance or give up everything. I am not saying that, but I am saying that the materialistic aspects of life become hollow if you don't look at the spiritual dimension, the spiritual manifestation, the actual reason that we are. The real reason why we are into this world is for the soul to experience different kinds of situations, different kinds of challenges, issues, and also the different kinds of emotions, from passion to sadness to exhilaration to adventure. The soul wants to experience all of these different experiences, and after attaining these experiences, then elevate itself. So a lot of things that we think the material things in life are also nothing but to serve the soul's purpose. It is the soul which wants to experience different kinds of emotions, situations, challenges, issues, of course happiness as well. And what we do is, the soul's thirst is not only about one thing. Soul's thirst is many things, but we keep the soul hungry. We keep chasing the material aspects of life, and because the soul remains hungry on the spiritual aspects, the soul's elevation spiritually doesn't happen. And so we are caught in this life cycle of again and again going through the same rigmarole, always looking at where my Ketu is, where my Rahu is. So we are not trying to move toward the spiritual realm. I remember this movie Matrix. It came back again now. I think they have Matrix Revolutions, the Resurrection. I don't know what it is. So the main lead in that movie, Keanu Reeves, when he was promoting the movie, he said in one of the interviews, he said that he met a group of children. It is on YouTube. Please mind you, look it up and you may be able to see. So he said he was interacting with a group of children, and he asked one girl that, don't you want to know whether the world that we're living in is a true world or not a true world, or if you're in a make-believe world? So the girl said, why would I want to know? that was a very powerful statement for Keanu Reeves, that we are happy to live in a material world as long as we get all the material attainment. And we don't even want to look at the spiritual dimensions. We are so caught up in the material world, we don't care what happens to us after this innings is over, what happens to us in another inning. In that inning, we'll think about materialistic aspect of that innings. That's what we must have done, and that's why we're still in this cycle, still chasing materialism, and you're still not ready to understand that the Atmakaraka's denotation, which has been given to us through astrology, we don't make an attempt to see what it means for us. So it's very, very important, very crucial, my friends, to move away from the material issues of life and to look at the spiritual dimensions. The Atmakaraka is very, very important factor. It is the soul which wants the soul's elevation also. And so in astrology, materialistic aspects are given to us, where you will get money, what kind of spouse you will be getting. All these are given to us. What kind of house you may make, when you may go to foreign lands. So that's why we keep asking these questions. But the aspects of the Atmakaraka are also given. What is the Atmakaraka's denotation? What is the Atmakaraka's wish? What are the Atmakarakas of the soul's aspiration? How the Atmakaraka of the soul may be able to move up, how the elevation of the soul may happen. So these are important questions, friends. So it is very important that we deep dive and understand how our Atmakaraka is placed, what its dimensions are, what its manifestations are, what its aspirations are, and we need to realize that. Very, very crucial. I've done many videos of Atmakaraka in different houses, Atmakaraka in different signs, Atmakaraka placed in different houses in the D9 chart. Matyakaraka also plays, Atmakaraka retrograde, debilitated in different situations, conditions, and so on. The idea is to again and again keep feeding it to you, keep bringing it back to you, that the spiritual elevation is very important, the spiritual dimension of our lives is very important. In our day-to-day running around chasing materialistic things, don't forget about the spiritual elevation, because the soul wants to experience it. Don't always keep feeding the material side of your life, but also please satiate the hunger of the soul, my friend. This is very, very important. Many times I'm asked the question, for example, one request came to me, sir, I want to know about the looks of the spouse. So I made, after 3 years, mind you, after doing all these different kinds of videos, even on spirituality and Bhrigu Bindu and all that, just 15-20 days or maybe a month back, I did a video on how you will meet your spouse or what your looks of your spouse will be. And then very next day somebody said, sir, looks are important, but the character. So I said, okay, I'll make a video on the character. So I also made a video on the character of the spouse. Now you tell me, what do you think, which video got more likes, which video got more views, which video has the most number of hits on a day-to-day? What do you think? Looks or character? So this is the sad story of our lives. We chase materialism, knowing very, very well that looks are just skin deep, and the character is what makes us very important. Chasing height, six packs, stature, money, all that looks glittering from outside, rather than looking at the spiritual dimension, or chasing the girl with long legs or who looks like a model. Come on, somebody asked me a question, will my spouse bring me luck? You make your own luck. Why do you want a spouse to bring you luck? Somebody kept asking me in my consultation, the color of the girl, how fair she will be. Color, come on. I remember when I was a teenager, I was 13-14 years, and I had a crush on the darkest girl in my class. And not only me, there were 2 or 3 other boys who also had a crush on that girl. That girl ended up becoming a friend or a girlfriend of almost the fairest boy in the class, which is a very funny thing. But what I'm trying to tell you is, don't chase materialism. Don't always talk about relationship, what kind of spouse I'll get, what kind of child I will get, whether the person will be very successful. Look at the spiritual dimension. Today's video I'm making so that you can have more depth of understanding your Atmakaraka's placement in your D1 chart, and then connect it to the more finer dissemination of its meaning in the Navamsa chart, in the D9 chart. I've already made a video on the Matyakaraka already, so you can see that video. I think about 10 days back or 11 days back, I made a video on how you see how the holistic approach of seeing the Amatya Karaka in the D1 chart, which sign it is also, in which house it is, and then the Amatya Karaka place in which house and which sign it is in the D9 chart. Today I am going to talk about the Atmakaraka, how to look at your spiritual manifestation in depth through understanding its placement both in the D1 chart and the sign in the D1 chart, and then connect it with the house and sign in the D9 chart. Now let's take examples because we all like examples so that we understand that better. Let's say the example is that of a Leo ascendant, and for a Leo ascendant person, the Atmakaraka is placed in the 8th house in the Pisces sign. Now for a Leo ascendant, first of all, because you're born in the Leo ascendant, certain responsibilities are already given to you, not only at a materialistic level but also at a soul's level, and that's why the ascendant is what you're born in. So the responsibility given to the soul is that you need to be more responsible, you need to be more accountable, because it is the Leo ascendant, and you need to take leadership. You will also have to be in the forefront. Many of the challenges of people, you'll have to stand up for people, you'll have to guide people, whether the designation comes to you, whether the success comes to you or not, but you will have to take the leadership role, you will have to take accountability, you will have to take responsibility. That's the first dimension. The second dimension is where the Atmakaraka is placed. Let's say the Atmakaraka is placed in the 8th house in the sign of Pisces. Now it can be different planets which can be the Atmakaraka. I've already made a video, different planets as the Atmakaraka, different planets as the Amatya Karaka. I will give you the link in the comment section below. Please do watch that video also to understand how different planets as Atmakaraka will manifest themselves, what are the situations you will be going through, and how to use that energy to be able to elevate the soul. So here, whichever is the planet is the Atmakaraka, if the Atmakaraka is placed, say for example, in the Pisces sign, in the 8th house, Leo ascendant, responsibility, accountability, leadership, and 8th house in Pisces. What is the Pisces sign? The Pisces sign is the sign of being idealistic, being optimistic, giving, being more charitable, being more intuitive, being more helpful, being more holistic in your approach to others, and also to be ready to give up, which the Pisces sign represents. And in the 8th house is the house of facing challenges, facing tribulation, facing obstacles, issues, but also the deeper meaning of life. So because the Atmakaraka, the planet with the highest degrees in your horoscope, is gone into the 8th house, and in Pisces it means that you will have to learn to comprehend, not just to face, but also to comprehend, to understand the challenges which life is throwing at you and why those challenges are coming up, and then experience those challenges, experience the emotions that you go through in those challenges, in those obstacles, in those roadblocks, in those losses, in those upheavals, and transform yourself from a more materialistic approach to more spiritual approach, to a more spiritual existence in life. Look at the deeper factors of life and understand the deeper manifestations of life, that life is not an easy life. Life is a sea of thorns which you will have to go through, those challenges you will have to face, and it is for you to face those challenges, for you to be able to understand the deeper meaning of life, what life actually means, and deeper understanding of life, which means the life is about giving, because it is the Pisces sign. So it means that you need to be able to stand up for others, which the Leo sign represents, but you will also be ready, you should also be ready to experience the challenges, the issues, the problems, and yet take responsibility for your life and not blame the zodiac. The zodiac gave me those placements, because of the Sadesati this happened to me, because of this bad Dasha and Antardasha this happened to me. No, it is because of the attitude you have in the Dasha and Antardasha. It is because the thought process that you have, that approach that you have in your Sadesati. People say, my Sadesati ruined me. Just a few days back somebody said, I have these 3 planets in the 8th house, this has happened, I'm going through Sadesati. And I responded to the person saying that I am also going through my Rahu Dasha, I am also going through my Sadesati, I also have these 3-4 planets in my 8th house, but I am happy, God has given me and I am more spiritual. And I have said this in many other videos also. I hardly look at my horoscope. I may have explained my horoscope in some of the videos I make, but I hardly look up the horoscope. And I've also said this, I'm very spiritual in my approach to life. I don't care about the Dasha or Antardasha. What I mean by spirituality and what I understand for myself to be spiritual is I'm very accepting and I'm very grateful in any situation the zodiac keeps me, the supreme energy keeps me my Allah keeps me. Which means I will strive for better. I will strive for better goals, higher goals, spiritual goals also. But whatever is given to me, I will still accept it with the humility and with gratitude. Not cribbing, not crying, look what happened to me, look, all my life is gone. No, that's not my approach. And I was asking this to my son, and I've said this in some of my videos also. I asked him, when did you see me going through really tough patch and being very angry, very upset? So he thought about it. He's in his late 20s, and he said, I don't remember any instance that you must have been angry at us, you must have scolded us, given us a rap once in a while because you wanted to discipline us, but I never saw you down, out, crestfallen. You always this chirpy guy, always laughing, always motivating us. And another thing, I sing through the day. I'm singing some song or the other. So when I'm having my lunch, just before I have my lunch or just before I'm having tea, I keep singing some songs here and there. So I'm always chirpy, I'm always cracking jokes. My children say I've cracked bad father jokes, whatever. I enjoy them, I crack them, I laugh more than others. But that's the way it is. But it keeps me on the spiritual path. I am very happy the way I am. If I get something, very well and good. If I don't get, it's okay. Man ka ho to acha, man ka na ho aur bhi acha. If what you desire you get, great. If you don't get it, even better. So when you have that approach, then you are looking at the greater goals of life rather than chasing that, do I have that big car? Do I have that big house? Will I get a spouse who's very rich? Will I get a spouse who's very good looking? Will I get a spouse who will be able to bring all these things in my life? I don't look at all those things. I think you need to be independent and you need to strive both for materialism but also for a spiritual elevation. So this placement that we are talking about, the Atmakaraka in the 8th house, is about going through all the challenges of life and yet accepting them, facing them with a smile, and be more giving and being large-hearted and still being optimistic, which the Pisces sign represents. Now see where the Atmakaraka has gone into the D9 chart. Now say in the D9 chart, it is the Libra ascendant and your Atmakaraka is placed in the 3rd house in the Sagittarius sign. So firstly, why is your Libra ascendant the ascendant of the D9 chart? Because it means that the higher probability for you to connect with your ascendant in your D1 chart to be Leo, being responsible is being responsible and being accountable, but with the energy of relationships which the Libra sign represents, and to be balanced in your relations, in your accountability, in your responsibility, and balance in what you want materialistically, but also be balanced in what you will attain spiritually, what will be a soul's manifestation. The D9 chart is the most finer basis of your soul, not just your physical existence. And now the Atmakaraka has gone into the 3rd house in the Sagittarius sign. What is the Sagittarius sign? Learning, experiential learning, higher learning. This is not higher qualification of through universities, doing my masters. Yes, you see that also from the 9th house, but specifically Sagittarius sign is about higher learning. It is also the blessing of the gurus. It is also what learning you have attained and what you have experienced and how you have elevated yourself at a soul's level through living those experiences. So in the 8th house in your D1 chart, you will experience them, and the D9 is saying learn from those experiences, elevate your soul through those experiences, because Sagittarius is about being more liberal, being more accepting, being more forward thinking, and having a strong faith and belief, and having a strong belief in your faith itself. So in the 3rd house means put in the effort to learn from those experiences and put in the effort to also help others. Because your Atmakaraka is in the 8th house, which means their soul's manifestation is to help others, to be able to uplift the lives of others also who are going through probably the same challenges as you, or maybe even more serious problems as you, because you're born in the Leo ascendant, which means you taking the responsibility, you taking the accountability, you taking the leadership, and formulating strong relationship, balancing the relationship with the Libra sign represent, and putting in the effort which the 3rd house represents in the D9 chart, and using your communication and propagating, letting people know and mobilizing people to be able to help others, to be able to bring more people around, and to be able to guide more people through your experiences, through your learning, through your educational qualifications, and through those experiences helping others, also having strong faith and belief that this will be helpful to others, this will also help in my soul's elevation. And through that effort, through that strong faith and belief, through communicating, through mobilizing, through helping others, through being very strongly optimistic, through being very idealistic, through being more balanced in your relationship, and then giving more and contributing more, and through that manifesting your Atmakarakas, soul's hunger being realized, hunger being satiated, the need being satiated, and through that elevating the soul. And that is the meaning of the Atmakaraka when you connect it to its placement in your D1 chart and in the sign in the D1 chart, with what house and sign it is placed in your D9 chart. So look at your Atmakaraka's placement more holistically, what it means, which house it goes in, which sign it goes in. And for example, just to bring you up to speed, though you will go to the video of what different planets does the Atmakaraka mean, but just to bring you up on speed. If it's Sun as the Atmakaraka, that means it's more leadership, more accountability, more responsibility, and also to be chasing almost the soul's goal throughout your life, because Sun is your soul rather than chasing materialism. If Mercury is the Atmakaraka, which means using your intellectual capacity, using your logical capacity to be able to do more for others, using your intellect, using your pragmatism, and through your approach to serving others, which the Virgo sign represents, which Mercury also rules. And if Venus is your Atmakaraka, it's about relationship, which Venus represents, but also the steadfastness, which the Taurus sign represents. Mind you, Venus also rules Taurus sign. And through relationship, being balanced in your relationship, being steadfast in your goals with the principles and values which Venus brings in, and then to share your nourishment, not only to chase materialism, but to help others also attain their nourishment, also help others come up on speed. If it is the Moon, then as the Atmakaraka, which means to be able to empathize with others, to be able to understand with others, to be able to attach yourself even emotionally to uplift others, to understand the soul's manifestation, which house, which sign. And once you understand deeper meaning of where your Atmakaraka is placed, here I'm talking about Moon as the Atmakaraka, and almost nurturing others as a mother, taking responsibility for nourishing others, for supporting others. If it's Jupiter, then using your education, your learning, your higher learning, and teaching others, advising others, guiding others through difficult attributes of life, difficult phases of life, and guiding them and counseling them, advising them to be able to travel the difficult parts of life, and through that attaining your soul's elevation. If it's Saturn, then being very patient in the most challenging of circumstances, yet being a servant, being somebody of servitude, and helping the people who are most downtrodden, who are right bottom of the food chain, helping them to be able to come up on top and persevering in their efforts. Following rules and regulations, being loyal and committed, and being confident. If it's Mars, it's not only about talking about others, communicating and guiding, it is fighting for others, taking a stand, making it your life's goal to help others, and then to be able to attain the goal, richness of goal, and the strong purpose of life, which the Kalpurush Kundali, Mars ruling the first house, represents. So friends, materialism is okay. What kind of spouse, what kind of house, what kind of car you're buying, what kind of high designation you will get, will you attain celebrity status, or will you marry a celebrity or somebody, that kind of a issue or whatever. You can think about it, you can, but please look at the spiritual dimension. Don't chase relations or material factors or a corner office or cars or money. These are all important, but these are secondary factors. You are not here in this world to chase materialism. We are told that when we will move in the journey hereafter, and on the judgment day, we will forget all our relations and all. We will be looking at whether I get into heaven or hell because of having more good deeds or bad deeds. So then we won't care for who our spouse was, who our child or whatever. In fact, we will try to get their good deeds, saying, you did this to me, give me a few good deeds. Try to have a larger portion of good deeds. So this life is a secondary life. This is a very, very small, minuscule part of our existence. The soul's existence is very important. Soul is more pure. Keep it pure. Follow a spiritual dimension. Follow all your materialism. But please do understand how your Atmakaraka is placed, in what dignity it is placed, what doshas it is placed, which sign and houses it is placed in, the deeper meaning of the Atmakaraka, the deeper manifestation, the hunger, the need of the soul. Go on that path. along with the path of materialism and who your spouse or your relationship is going to be, manifest the soul journey surely. And if you are able to do that, that will be the best gift that you can give to this life, to this existence that you have in this earth. So friends, like this video, share this video, and if you're looking for a personal consultation from me, please reach out to me at the link given below. Till some other time with some other video, this is the friend astrologer and guide Irfan signing off. Ciao.